Welcome back to the course. This is Module 4, Part 2. Communicating in any language is not easy without having the essential vocabulary. So, it is very important that we offer our elementary learners plenty of opportunities to practice the vocabulary that they will need. Luckily, games can offer just that. We will now have a look at how we can use digital tools to play some traditional language learning games in an online classroom. Hangman is a very popular traditional game used for vocabulary practicing. You can also use it in one of your online classes. To do that, you will need two things. First, a shared whiteboard on your online meeting tool. And second, a way of randomly selecting the words that your learners are to use in the game. They can also come up with the list of words themselves. In this case, we will see how you can get your learners to practice some basic food vocabulary using Hangman. First, we'll look at how to create a random word generator using a random wheel. There are many online to choose from. Just search and select the one you like. We will now see what you can do. So, here is the list of words that I want my learners to practice. We have food vocabulary. You can create, of course, your own lists and adapt them to the level of your learners. And here is my random vocabulary generator. I'm using a random wheel called Wheel of Names, but there are plenty of others. Don't worry, the links are in the MOOC after this video. Now, I can copy-paste the words that I want into this text box. My wheel is ready. I can spin the wheel and it will come up with a randomly selected word which is to be used in the game. Select the Remove Word mode so that the words don't come up more than once. Make sure to save it and copy the link so you can share it later. Here is the Remove button, and from here you can copy your link. Okay, so let's head over to our online classroom, in this case, Google Meets. We can copy-paste our link to the chat for our learners to see. And then we are going to open a common shared whiteboard. Start New. So, we have already shared the link to the online word generator, but we will have to ask the students to only open the link when they have the role of the hangman. Now, it's time to play the game. Our first hangman spins the wheel and gets a food word for the others to guess. Now, the hangman will have to go to the whiteboard and write, either in a text box or by using a pen, lines according to the letters of the word chosen. For example, we had sausages. Sausages has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. So we're going to have to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines on our whiteboard. Now, the other students can take turns in guessing the correct letter. Correct letters get marked on the relevant line on the screen. For example, if one student selects the A, we're going to have to write A here, and here. We can also do this, as mentioned before, by using a text box, but sometimes drawing is more fun for the students. For each incorrect letter, the hangman draws one line off the gallows. The game continues until the other learners have guessed the word correctly, or the gallows is completed. Then another student opens the random wheel, gets another word, and the whole process can start again. Enjoy and have fun! You could also use the same tool for playing Pictionary in the online classroom. Learners still get the generated word, randomly selected, but this time they will have to draw it for the other learners to guess what it is. Learners could also use other tools to draw their word. They don't have to use the shared whiteboard, and they can take turns sharing the screen in order to share their drawing. For a change and a bit of physical activity as well, you can get the learners to mime the word in front of the camera for the others to guess. In face-to-face classes, learners can play the games in a traditional way. You can still use, however, the random word generator to select the words. To share the word generator with your learners, send them a QR code or the link directly. Learning games are a great way to get learners to practice vocabulary inside or outside the class. Here are some digital games that we like. Quizlet, which lets you collect and practice vocabulary using digital flashcards. There are also other various games for your learners to play. We have covered flashcards in Module 2 in more detail, so if you want to learn more, head on to that. HB5, Kahoot and WordWall are other games that help with the gamification of the learning experience. Finally, there are many online tools for word searches and crosswords using the vocabulary that is to be practiced. You can create them yourself or, even better, get your learners to create them for the fellow classmates. We will now have a look at how you can create a word puzzle using word search. Access a word search generator. We are using the word search, and then you will have to input your title, description, at least 10 words of your choice. We have gone with food vocabulary, as you can see, and then select the audience. Click Submit, and your puzzle is ready. This is a sample preview. To share the game with your learners, click and copy-paste on the play link. Your learners will have access to this page. They can change the grid shape or the settings according to their liking. They can also change the game theme or the puzzle settings. You will also be able to download the puzzle and print it for face-to-face classes. The players can click Begin, and then they will simply have to cross out the listed words here. Can you find one? There you go. We have apple. Simply click on it, and the word apple is crossed. Well done. Enjoy the game.